Good rugged phones are usually expensive and they don't have the best specifications out there. Obviously, if you have a budget of about 600 bucks, you would probably choose the Cat S60. Well, I just came across the unknown and unheard Nomu S30 rugged smartphone that costs about 250 bucks on Amazon, but it has some really good specs for the price. My name is Linus, stay tuned for the full review. The phone ships with all the usual items, and some extras include a pair of cheap earphones. It is obvious that the S30 is a rugged phone since it is thick and heavy, but I have to say that this is one of the best designed rugged smartphones I've tested so far. The Nomu S30 has the IP68 rating, meaning that it is water, dust, shock, and temperature resistant. Naturally, all the parts are covered with flaps to avoid any water damage. The flaps open up and close easily. We have a 5.5 inches 1080p display, which is sharp and vibrant, but it could be just a little bit brighter for outdoor use. Just above the display, we have a 5-megapixel selfie shooter. There is no LED notification light, but we have nicely backlit capacitive keys. I really love that industrial look on the metal-made sides of the phone, where we can also find nice and tactile buttons. There is another programmable button. You can use it as an SOS key in case of emergency or assign particular apps to open up if you press and hold it. Unfortunately, this feature does not work straight from the standby mode. The backplate has a somewhat fake carbon fiber-like finish, which is nice to the touch. It is pretty easy to insert two micro SIM cards and the micro SD card, since the part of the backplate can be easily removed. When it comes to optics, we have a 13 megapixels camera and a single LED flash. As far as the loudspeaker, Nomu claims that it has some hi-fi features. Well, it can get quite loud and the sound quality is decent, but it's far from any hi-fi sound quality. When it comes to hardware, the phone ships with an octa-core MediaTek Helio P10 chip with a clock speed of 2 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, and 64 GB of internal storage. I've never been a huge fan of Helio P10 chips when it comes to gaming, and the Nomu S30 is no exception. You should expect quite a few skipped frames and stutter if you play games like Asphalt 8 on the very highest graphics. On the other hand, playing this game on medium graphics is much better and you may have some enjoyable gaming experience. Finally, the phone does not have any overheating issues. The Nomu S30 ships with a pretty much stock-looking Android 6.0 user interface, but there are some added features. For example, you can choose from a variety of gesture and motion controls. Some of them work fine, while others are a little bit slow to respond. Also, you can turn on or off with the glove mode, customize the shortcut button, and so on. Most importantly, I didn't have any issues with the phone's daily performance even after installing quite a few apps, and I would say that the Nomu S30 is a pretty fast performer. When it comes to the image quality, the Nomu S30 can take just okay looking daylight images. I took most of the pictures on the cloudy day and there could be more detail in most of the shots. Also, some of the pictures look underexposed, the colors look washed out, and the dynamic range is poor. The camera does not really impress in low light as there is quite a lot of noise and grain in the pictures. As for selfie camera, the image quality could be better. The selfies could look a lot sharper and there could be more detail. The build quality is pretty good, and this is handheld footage as always. I'm trying to hold the phone as steady as possible. When it comes to the 1080p video, it is kind of mediocre as the footage could look sharper. Also, there is no continuous autofocus on board. I didn't have any connectivity issues with this device, and even the GPS lock speeds and accuracy were okay. Also, the phone has the NFC connectivity option. One of the key selling points of this phone is the 5000 mAh battery that performs very well on the daily basis. I could easily get a full day or even 2 days of moderate usage out of this phone, which is a pretty good result. Also, the phone comes with a fast charger and I was able to fully charge the phone in around 1 hour and 40 minutes. The Nomu S30 is a rugged phone that it is actually pretty good and it offers a lot of value for the price, but it doesn't mean it's a perfect phone. It is well built but not too large like some other rugged phones, and it has powerful internals that assure a smooth day-to-day performance. Also, a large battery powers up the phone for quite a long time and there is a fast charger included in the box. On the other hand, we have to know that the Helio P10 chip is not designed to play the latest 3D games. Sure, most of the games will work fine, but you may have quite a bit of stutter in other games if you play them on the very highest graphics settings. While the camera can take some okay looking daylight images, more often than not, the picture quality will not impress. Other shortcomings worth mentioning would be the lack of the notification LED light. All in all, the Nomu S30 may not be perfect, but it is a decent offering for the price if you're in the market for IP68 certified and rugged phones. But as usual to budget devices, you have to consider a few shortcomings before making a purchase. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and as always, if you guys have any questions, please drop me a comment down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow TechLineHD on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you in the next video soon.